Hello, dear learners, and welcome back to English Flow. I'm Kim, and I'm really glad you're here. You know, I was thinking about this the other day. How many times a week do you walk into a coffee shop? For a lot of us, it's almost a daily thing. And yet, ordering a coffee in a new language can feel surprisingly stressful, right? The menu is full of words you've never heard. The barista is asking you questions quickly, and you just want your coffee without feeling embarrassed. So today, that's exactly what we're fixing together. We're going to walk through everything. The drinks, the vocabulary, the ordering, even the small talk, until it all feels easy and familiar. And I have to say, stick with me all the way to the end because I've put together a full, real conversation there. The kind you'd actually hear in a coffee shop. Once you hear it all connected like that, something just clicks. Okay, let's get into it. Let's start with something simple, where coffee actually comes from. It all begins with a coffee bean, which grows on a coffee plant. Once those beans are picked and dried, they go through something called roasting, which just means they're heated until they turn brown and get that familiar coffee smell. And depending on how long they're roasted, you get different flavors. A light roast is roasted for a shorter time, so it tastes a bit softer and brighter. A medium roast sits comfortably in the middle. Balanced, not too strong. And a dark roast is roasted the longest, giving you that bold, deep flavor a lot of people love in the morning. For example, you might hear someone say, "I usually go for a dark roast. I like my coffee strong." Now, let's talk about the actual drinks, because this is where things get interesting. Almost everything starts with espresso, a small, strong shot of coffee that's the base for so many other drinks. Add some hot water to it, and you get an Americano, which is lighter and smoother. Add steamed milk instead, and now you've got a latte, mostly milk, with just a little foam sitting on top. Use a bit less milk and a lot more foam, and that becomes a cappuccino. And if you love chocolate, add that to your espresso, and you get a mocha, really just a chocolate latte. Of course, if coffee isn't your thing at all, there's always hot chocolate or tea, which comes in plenty of varieties like black or green. And when it's warm outside or you simply prefer something cold, there's a whole world of iced drinks too. Iced coffee is just regular coffee poured over ice. Cold brew, though, is made a little differently. The coffee grounds sit in cold water for many hours instead of being heated, which gives it a smoother, softer taste. And really, almost any hot drink we just talked about can become a cold one. You simply ask for it iced. Now here's something worth knowing. Coffee naturally contains caffeine, which is what gives you that energy boost. So regular coffee is what we call caffeinated coffee. But maybe you love the taste without wanting all that energy. That's where decaffeinated coffee comes in, or decaf, as people usually call it. And if you want just a little bit of both, you can ask for half calf, which mixes regular coffee with decaf. For example, "Could I get a decaf latte, please? I'm trying to cut back on caffeine today." All right, let's step inside the coffee shop itself for a moment, because there's a whole little world of vocabulary here too. The person making your drink is the barista. You'll place your order at the counter and pay at the register. If you order something cold, it usually comes with a straw. And if it's hot, you'll often get a coffee stopper, that small lid that keeps it from spilling, along with a sleeve, that cardboard band around the cup so you don't burn your hand. And if you like adding your own sugar, you'll usually spot sugar packets nearby, whether that's brown sugar, white sugar, or stevia, plus a little coffee stirrer to mix everything together. Now, let's actually walk through what happens when you order, because this is really the heart of today's episode. You walk up to the counter, and the barista might greet you warmly. Something like, "Hi there, what can I get for you today?" And you can simply respond with whatever you're in the mood for. "I'd like a small latte, please." Or, "Could I get an iced coffee?" From there, the barista will usually ask a couple of quick questions just to get things exactly right, like, "Would you like that hot or iced? What size would you like? Is this for here or to go?" And just so you know, for here simply means you're staying to enjoy your drink inside, while to go means you're taking it with you. They might also ask about milk, since a lot of coffee shops nowadays offer several choices, like oat milk, almond milk, or soy milk, alongside regular milk. So don't be surprised if you hear, "Would you like regular milk?" Or "Would you prefer oat or almond milk?" And honestly, you can customize your drink as much as you'd like. Maybe you want an extra shot of espresso, or a little less sugar, or some whipped cream on top. All of that is completely normal to ask for, and baristas hear these requests all day long. You might also notice something called a seasonal drink on the menu from time to time, a special flavor that only shows up during a certain part of the year, like something spiced in the fall. Since it won't be there all year round, it's always fun to try one while it lasts. Once you've ordered, the barista will let you know the total and ask how you'd like to pay. Maybe something like, "That'll be $4.75, card or cash?" And you can simply tap your card or hand over cash, and they'll give you your receipt. A lot of coffee shops also run a loyalty program where you earn points every time you visit and eventually get a free drink. So if there's a coffee shop you go to often, it's always worth asking, "Do you have a loyalty program?" After you pay, you'll usually wait just a few minutes, and the barista will call out your name once it's ready. Something like, "Order for Maria." And hey, sometimes things go wrong. Maybe you get the wrong drink. That's completely okay, and it happens more than you'd think. You can just say, kindly, "Excuse me, I think this isn't quite what I ordered. I asked for a latte." And the barista will almost always apologize and fix it right away. No problem at all. While you're waiting, you'll often find yourself in a little small talk too. Nothing complicated, just simple, friendly exchanges like, "How's your day going?" "Pretty good, thanks. A little busy, but good." And don't forget, most coffee shops sell food as well, so you might hear something like, "Would you like a muffin or a cookie with that?" Now, for a bit of homework this week, I want you to actually practice ordering out loud. Pick a drink, decide if it's hot or cold, choose your milk, and decide if it's for here or to go, then say the whole thing as one natural sentence. Change the details each time and say it out loud whenever you get the chance. You'll be surprised how quickly it starts to feel effortless. And now, here's that full conversation I promised. Everything we talked about today, all coming together, from walking in to walking out. "Hi, welcome in. What can I get for you today?" "Hi, could I get a small latte, please?" "Of course. Hot or iced?" "Hot, please." "Would you like regular milk or oat or almond milk?" "Oat milk, please." "Perfect. Anything else for you today?" "Actually, yes. Could I also get a muffin?" "Absolutely. Is this for here or to go?" "To go, please." "Sounds good. That'll be $5.20. Card or cash?" "Card, please." You can tap right here. Perfect. All set. We'll have this ready for you shortly. Thank you so much. Of course. How's your day going? Pretty good so far, thanks. Glad to hear it. Busy one here today. A few minutes later, order for Alex. 1 small latte with oat milk and a muffin. That's me. Thank you. You're welcome. Enjoy. And that's a full coffee shop visit using so much of what we just learned, all flowing together naturally. I'm Kim. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care of yourself and keep flowing.